Good evening, everyone. Today, I want to talk about something simple but challenging. How can people with different values truly coexist? We live in a world that is more connected than ever. Yet, ironically, true coexistence feels more distant. People seek to those who share their views and dismiss or attack those who don't. So, how can we build a world where individuality and unity thrive together? Let's start with Jung, a prominent Chinese philosopher, and his words. He said that all living things are special and emphasized concentrating on oneself while recognizing the intrinsic values of all things. That's exactly their road to live in coexistence. Coexistence isn't about everyone becoming the same. It's about thriving together without losing our individuality. However, at first glance, you may think there's something deeply paradoxical about this view. How can people live in coexistence while focusing solely on their own individuality? The answer lies in solidifying your preference and recognizing there is no right or wrong path. Once you determine your individuality, you realize it is not a matter of right or wrong. You don't live other people's self just because it's different. For example, if I like jazz music and you like classical music, what's wrong? It's just a matter of preference. In short, if you pay attention only to establishing your identity, you will automatically understand other people's lifestyle because you feel confident in your identity. Furthermore, there are reasons we have to meet others who are different from us. It's because we can discover new aspects of ourselves along the way. Often, we think we know what we like or dislike, but that perception is limited to what we have already experienced. Trying new things can reveal a new basis of our personality. Furthermore, according to the concept of mirror neurons, our brains are wired to empathize with other people's emotions and actions. This means when we engage with someone whose values are different from ours, we don't just learn about them. We also learn about ourselves. Their experiences, beliefs, and emotions reflect our own in subtle ways, helping us gain new insights into our values and worldview. For example, you might think you dislike camping until a friend invites you along, and you discover a love for the outdoors you never knew you had. You may have learned about religious conflicts in social studies class. If we look at this map, we can see that religious conflicts are not just a thing of the past. Right now, in different corners of the world, people are still suffering due to differences in belief. Whether it's in the Middle East, parts of Asia, or in regions in Africa, these ongoing conflicts show us that the failure to coexist peacefully across religions has real-world consequences. But the truth is, religious beliefs aren't about right or wrong. Take Christianity and Buddhism as examples. Christianity emphasizes love and compassion. As in the Gospel of Matthew, an expert in the law asked Jesus what the greatest commandment was, and Jesus answered that the first is to love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind. Then the second thing he said was love others as much as you love yourself. These teachings help individuals learn love through their relationship with God, and they were encouraged to serve others based on this love. Believers aim to have a positive impact on the world by spreading God's love in their relationships and communities. Buddhism, on the other hand, focuses on freedom from attachment, helping individuals find inner peace and liberation from suffering through mindfulness and detachment. As in the Dhamma Sutra, only by letting go all appearances and attachments can one truly see the Buddha. Buddhism teaches that the root of suffering lies within oneself, in desires and attachments, and overcoming these through self-reflection and discipline is essential. A Buddhist seeks peace and enlightenment by practicing compassion and empathy toward others. While their wordings and practices may differ, the heart of both faiths encourage individuals to find deeper meaning through our connection and compassion. However, when differences in belief are judged as right or wrong, it takes away from more dangerous mindset, totalitarianism. The Holocaust served as a haunting reminder of the catastrophic consequences of failing to coexist. As you know, there is no right or wrong between races either. However, millions of Jews were systemically eliminated because they were deemed undesirable, rooted in a worldview that Aryans were better than Jews. An example is the Nazi campaign against what was labeled as degenerate art. By branding modern art as corrupt and banning it from the public view, the Nazis suppressed freedom of expression and stifled diversity. This repression obstructed coexistence by silencing voices that didn't align with their ideology, denying both artists and audiences the chance to engage with different perspectives. It highlights how, under totalitarian rule, the loss of diversity leads to control and exclusion, and reminds us of the need to embrace diversity to build a truly inclusive society. Have you ever heard about the words incest and accept? Today, totalitarianism may seem a relic of the past, but it has evolved into more subtle, modern, and elegant forms. The insider incest and outsider accept culture is one example. There are several reasons why this phenomenon has emerged. Social media amplifies this phenomenon by setting metrics such as likes and followers as markers of social belonging, pressuring people to follow trends to feel accepted. In schools, this culture becomes even stronger as students' sense of belonging often depends on fitting in with friend groups. The problem with this view is that it subtly tells us that being outgoing is the right way to live, while being introverted is somehow wrong or inferior. Similar to how the Nazis promoted the Aryan race as superior, or societal race promoting certain personality traits as superior. You may think believing it in this way may sound ridiculous and too serious, but that's how totalitarianism had worked in the 20th century. In conclusion, I encourage each of you to embrace diversity in your daily interactions, be it in friendships, community engagement, or the workplace. Our differences are not obstacles, but opportunities for growth and learning. Let's commit to fostering the environment where each person's uniqueness is appreciated and acknowledged, allowing us to blend harmoniously while remaining true to ourselves. As individuals, we hold the power to create change through small, meaningful actions. A kind word, an open mind, and a willingness to listen can transform not only relationships, but entire communities. Together, we can cultivate a world that honors both individuality and interconnectedness. Thank you for listening.